It was a bright and peaceful Saturday afternoon in Springfield, a quiet suburban town where life usually moved at a steady, predictable pace. Families enjoyed leisurely strolls through the local park, children laughed and played on the swings, and friendly neighbors exchanged warm greetings. But that serene atmosphere? It was about to be shattered by a single phone call. A call that would unravel a shocking truth and deliver a moment of instant karma no one saw coming. 17-year-old Malcolm Carter had only one thing on his mind that day: getting the perfect birthday gift for his little sister. For weeks, he had worked hard at his part-time job, saving every dollar, and now he finally had enough. The gift he had chosen? A stunning charm bracelet from Golden Grace Jewelers, an upscale jewelry store in the heart of downtown. Before we dive into this unbelievable moment, tell us, where are you watching from today? Drop your location in the comments below. Excited, Malcolm pushed open the glass doors of the high-end jewelry store, stepping into the bright, elegant showroom. Rows of sparkling diamonds and gleaming gold filled the display cases, and his heart raced with anticipation. But the moment he walked in, something felt off. Behind the counter stood Susan Miller, a middle-aged sales associate with sharp, calculating eyes and a permanent frown. The second she spotted Malcolm, her entire demeanor shifted. Her lips pressed into a tight, disapproving line, and her gaze turned suspicious, scrutinizing his every move. She gripped her phone like it was her lifeline, as if she were preparing for something. But what? Malcolm noticed her tense posture, but tried to brush it off. He had seen that look before, too many times. Shaking off the uneasy feeling, he approached the counter, his voice polite yet firm. "Hi, I'd like to see that one, please." He pointed to the bracelet that had caught his eye. But instead of retrieving it, Susan folded her arms and stared him down. "Are you sure?" she asked, her tone dripping with doubt. "That one's very expensive." A knot tightened in Malcolm's stomach. He knew exactly what she meant. Still, he kept his voice steady. "Yes, I'm sure," he said, pulling out his wallet and flipping it open to reveal the money he had worked so hard to save. "I have the cash right here." Susan's eyes darted to the bills inside, but instead of relaxing, she grew even more tense. She glanced at the security camera, then back at Malcolm, and without another word, she reached for her phone. "You know what?" she said, stepping back. "I think I should call the owner first. You wait right here." But Malcolm barely had a second to process what was happening before she dialed 911. "Hello, this is Susan Miller from Golden Grace Jewelers," she said, her voice dripping with fake concern. "There's a suspicious individual in my store. Young, black, and acting nervous. I think he might be trying to steal something." "What?" Malcolm's breath caught in his throat. Did she seriously just call the police on him? He stood there, stunned. He had done absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing but walk into a store and try to buy a present for his sister. Yet here he was being treated like a criminal. "Ma'am, I haven't done anything," he said, forcing himself to stay calm. Susan's lips curled into a smug smirk. "Then you have nothing to worry about," she replied, her voice condescending. "The police will sort it out." Before Malcolm could say another word, the distant sound of sirens filled the air. Moments later, 2 officers burst through the doors. "There he is," Susan declared, pointing at Malcolm as if he were a fugitive. "I caught him trying to rob the store." One of the officers, Sergeant Daniels, reached for his handcuffs. "Son, I'm going to need you to step outside." But before he could finish that sentence, Malcolm took a deep breath and spoke 5 words that changed everything. "Call my mom. Right now." Susan scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Oh, sure," she said mockingly. "And who is she? A public defender?" Malcolm didn't answer. He just pulled out his phone and made the call himself. "Mom, I need you at Golden Grace. Now." Minutes ticked by. 5. Then 10. The officers were growing impatient, and Susan's smirk widened. But just as she was about to gloat, the front door swung open, and in walked Special Agent Regina Carter, chief of the FBI's Criminal Division. She was tall, poised, and commanding, dressed in a sharp navy suit. Her very presence demanded respect. The officers' faces turned pale. One took a nervous step back. Susan, however, was still clueless. "Ma'am, thank goodness you're here," she said eagerly, assuming Regina was just another officer. "I caught this young man trying to—" Enough. Regina held up her badge. A badge that outranked everyone in the room. "I'm Special Agent Regina Carter, Chief of the FBI's Criminal Division," she said, her voice ice-cold. "And I'm also this young man's mother." The store fell into a deafening silence. Sergeant Daniels gulped audibly. The second officer shifted awkwardly. But Susan? She looked like she had just seen a ghost. For the first time since this all began, she had nothing to say. Her mouth opened, then closed again, her face turning a deep shade of red. Regina turned her piercing gaze on the officers. "You were about to arrest my son. Did you even ask for his side of the story? Did you check the security footage? Or did you just take her word for it?" Sergeant Daniels stammered. "We were just following protocol." "Protocol?" Regina's voice was dangerously calm. "Protocol means investigating before making assumptions." "But you didn't do that, did you?" Neither officer could meet her gaze. Then Regina turned to Susan. "And you," she said, her eyes sharp. "You accused my son of stealing. Tell me, did he do anything illegal? Or was his skin color enough for you to call 911? Susan's lips trembled. "I was just trying to be careful." "Oh, you were careful all right," Regina cut in. "Careful enough to ruin your own career." By now, Malcolm had his phone recording everything. Within hours, the footage would be everywhere. The store manager, horrified, stepped forward. "Susan, you're fired. Get your things and leave."
"Now?"
Susan gasped, looking around in disbelief. But karma had struck instantly. As she shuffled toward the exit in disgrace, Malcolm spoke up, his voice calm, but firm. "All I wanted was to buy a bracelet." He paused, then added, "Guess I got something more valuable instead, Justice." And with that, he walked out with his head held high. Meanwhile, Susan? She walked out in shame. If this story left you speechless, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful lessons that remind us of the importance of respect, humility, and justice. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.